A decade ago, Michael Owen was voted BBC Sports Personality of the Year. Now he appears to be at a crossroads in his career, trying to score the goals to ease Newcastle's relegation fears, while uncertainty persists over his long-term plans, with his contract expiring at the end of the season. Owen captains a Newcastle side, which welcomes back Nicky Butt into midfield, alongside Danny Guthrie, who's recovered from the injury he suffered against Stoke last week. Damien Duff is fit enough to return to the bench. Glenn Johnson is missing for Portsmouth with knee and ankle injuries. Papa Bouba Diop serves a one-match ban, so Nadir Belhadj will drop back to full-back to allow Richard Hughes and Al Mwemba to come into midfield. Belhadj has given the ball away. Gutierrez wide towards Martins. Owen waits in the centre. Owen is there. And for a player of his striking ability, he'll be very, very disappointed. The room was very, very tight for Owen at the near post, but he never quite got the angle towards goal. Newcastle give the ball away again. Here's Peter Crouch coming forward. Defoe waits on the edge of the penalty area. Crouch goes alone, and it's high and wide. But you can't really blame Peter Crouch for having a go from that range. Peter Crouch and Jermaine Defoe have scored 3/4 of Portsmouth's goals so far this season. And so far, we've seen why they get in so many decent areas. Mwemba finding Defoe in space again. Davis steaming into the penalty area, but Defoe goes for goal, beaten away by Given. Mwemba again, and he's crowded out by Jose Enrique down this near side. But to Martins, support left and right, but Martins goes for goal! Off the woodwork, terrific effort there from Obafemi Martins, and almost caught David James out there, wasn't expecting a shot from that range, swinging towards goal, and Newcastle very, very unlucky. Guthrie with the corner, Martins again towards the far post, panic there as Cranshaw hacks the ball away. And Martins, I think, still thinking about that opportunity a few moments ago from the resulting corner. Michael Owen not too far away. Distan plays it long. Crouch does well to find Belhadj. Defoe waits in the centre. Here is Defoe! Sharp play again from Portsmouth. Crouch and Defoe involved yet again. And a very, very good effort from Jermaine Defoe. Jogging the ball around well. Here's Cranshaw again. Mwemba has Pamero in support. And Pamero drives beyond the challenge of Nzogbia. Great run from Pamero. Cranshaw with the shot deflected. Great save from Given. And Newcastle really stood off there to give Portsmouth room down this near side. Pamero chugged through a couple of challenges, pulled it back well, and that shot took a wicked deflection. Cranshaw with the corner for Portsmouth. Distan with the flick. Mwemba with a loft high into the penalty area. Panic there for a second as Newcastle get the ball away. Maybe the ball brushed Nicky Butt's arm there inside the penalty area. And Portsmouth may have had claims there for a penalty because Butt did lead with his arm. Lofted long by Distan, and the flag has stayed down against Defoe. Basong has to be careful here because Defoe tries to turn beyond him, appeals for a penalty, not for the first time in the first half, but Jermaine Defoe cannot believe it as the assistant referee down this near side, Darren Cann, says no free kick. There's Ian Basong tangled inside the penalty area. Chris Foyt not convinced. And Nicky Butt does well to find Nzogbia. Cleared away well by Sol Campbell at the near post. Now Jose Enrique, given space to charge. Good effort and a good save from David James. Jose Enrique giving an example of his ability at the other end of the pitch. But Colaccini, an ever-present in the Newcastle side, has had a decent game so far, but having said that, he's given the ball away to Defoe, who breaks into the penalty area, jabs the ball across, looking for Peter Crouch. Maybe Jermaine Defoe caught in two minds there, but Fabrizio Colaccini certainly was. Here's Crouch for Portsmouth. Guemba's given the ball away to Gutierrez. He's got support from Martins. And here's Michael Owen. It's a real chance for Michael Owen. And that is absolutely typical of the man. Michael Owen scores to celebrate his 29th birthday. And Newcastle take the lead with a goal they deserve. Michael Owen almost has a guarantee of goals in that position. Portsmouth gave the ball away. Gutierrez did well to play it into the penalty area, and from that moment there was only going to be one real outcome. Owen doing extremely well to beat the onrushing David James and delicately find the back of the Portsmouth net. Here's Belhadj. Cranshaw given space to turn, but Gutierrez does well. Cranshaw with the corner. It goes a long way, and the touch there was off a Portsmouth head. Noé Pamaro, and it's high over the crossbar. Now Davis charging forward. Only Defoe in support down the centre. Davis goes a long way. Here is Defoe. Turns well. Just wide from Jermaine Defoe. And Newcastle seemed to give him all the space he needed there on the edge of the penalty area. And Defoe made the turn, but couldn't find the finish. And Joe Kinnear looking a lot calmer than his counterpart Tony Adams at the moment. Well, Portsmouth are giving that ball straight back to Newcastle. Jose Enrique charging forward now. Here is Martin, surely a second, and Newcastle are going to win their first away game in the Premier League this season. And Obafemi Martins really deserves that goal. Portsmouth giving the ball away again. It was Jose Enrique supporting the attack. Lovely ball through towards Obafemi Martins, who very quickly readjusted his feet and confidently beat David James. And Newcastle are moving out of the Premier League relegation zone, and they'll enjoy the fact that Sunderland are returning to it. Owen for Newcastle, finding Amiobi, who is onside. Only Guthrie inside the penalty area. Here is Guthrie! Tremendous goal from Danny Guthrie. His first for Newcastle, and it seals a perfect away day for the Geordies. Amiobi timed his run perfectly. Danny Guthrie was the only option inside the penalty area, and it wasn't a bad one. David James got a hand to it, but the shot was too powerful and too well placed. 3-0. Portsmouth coming forward in search of a consolation. Here's Davis. Davis again! Great save from Given. He's determined to hold on to his clean sheet. Well, Sean Davis is one of the few Portsmouth performers to come out of this game with any credit, and he was inches away there from a goal. Sharp reflexes from Shay Given.
At the moment, obviously, the priority is to get out of the position where we are. But we done that with a lot of confidence today. It wasn't a case of battling away. I think we had a lot of quality as well with it. We had a lot of determination. Players wanted to really do it, and grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and you know, put them to the sword at times.
I didn't look at any stage that we was going to open them up, to be honest, and got done 2-3. And to be honest with you, we're beating ourselves a little bit at the moment.
I think virtually every back page of every paper has got a different club link with me today, but none of it's my doing. I can't do anything until obviously the club sit down and speak to me, and I've read in the press that it's supposed to be this week, so we'll see what happens.
He knows my feelings. He knows that I want him to stay at the club. He'll most certainly be here and anyway till the end of the season. We won't be accepting any offers for him and anyway. You know, it's more important that Michael stays with us and scores goals for us than worrying about anything else.
Lee, what did you make of this one?
Well, fabulous result for Newcastle. You know, they've not won away from home since last March, I think. So a big win for them psychologically to get that win away from home. And I thought, you know, going to Portsmouth, a difficult place to go. Tony Adams has got them on a little bit of a run, 5 undefeated. So a difficult place to go, and I thought they committed themselves to the game. Defensively, Bassong And Colaccini at the back was strong, and Nicky Butt in front just swept up. I thought he was outstanding. And Gutierrez, you don't really know what he's going to do with the ball every time he gets it, but he's exciting, he gets at people. And up front, they've got a goal machine. You know, when Michael Owen's fit, he scores goals.
So as you were saying, they've got to sit down and talk about it. They never have those conversations standing up, do they? They always have to sit down. Why don't they stand up and talk about it? I'm sure that'll get sorted. What did you make of the game, Brighton?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, team haven't won away all season. Team unbeaten at home in the last 5 games, and I thought it was a no-brainer. But, you know, Newcastle, I thought the second half played really well. And the reason they played really well is that's their 3rd clean sheet away from home. And they've got a solid back 4. And obviously behind every defence you need a good keeper, and Shay Given for me has been in great form this last few weeks. I mean, he pulled off save after save today, and it gives the defence confidence if you know that somebody behind you is there and nice and solid. That's today. I was at Chelsea for this game, and I thought he played really well. They didn't create much Newcastle, but he played really solidly. And then last week against Middlesbrough, this against Hoyt, comes in the near post. And once again, another really solid, good save. And always, if you can keep a clean sheet, we all know that you just need somebody at the other end to put the ball in the back of the net. Now, circle Michael Owen in. In the first half, he was playing so deep, just like he did against Chelsea. He was sort of making a 5 up in midfield. And here he is again, coming short for the ball, picking it up. And you're thinking, well, if I've got Michael Owen in my team, I don't really want him that deep. I want him further forward. And in the second half, he started off further forward, up alongside Obafemi Martins. And it was more or less the pair of them up there. And you can see here, there he is, making a run, trying to get him behind. Nothing comes of that one. And here he is again, up alongside Obafemi Martins. And he's playing a prominent role. On this occasion here, Gutierrez picks up the ball. Owen just seizes the opportunity, sees the space in front. The first touch isn't great, but the second touch, absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's only one thing you can do this, Dicko, and it's just to dink it over the pair, Sol Campbell and David James. And look at the roll as well. I mean, it is a fantastic goal. As Lee said, 9 goals so far this season. He's a 1-in-2 man, you know, and the January transfer windows, I don't know if they can hold on to him, because I think there's enough teams around who want a striker.
Yeah. I mean, mostly for Tony Adams, he doesn't seem the psychological type to dwell on things. So, but if he wanted to dwell on something tonight, it would be the penalty shouts that didn't go
well. I think there was 2 good shouts of penalties, to be honest with you. I think the first one, Nicky Butt, as he goes up, watch his left arm, his head comes down, he's not looking at the ball. Now, to me, I've seen them given more than not. I think that's a penalty. And this one again, Bassong on Defoe, outside the box. I think the referee gives a free kick there, but because it's in the box, he's got his right arm around him. But it doesn't matter whether you're unlucky or not with penalties. If you defend like this, this is a nightmare. As the ball, Moemba it is, wants to do a crossfield pass. He could do 2. He just does the 1. Look at the top of the screen. Michael Owen and Paramo. He gets ahead of him. One thing in his mind. Absolutely fantastic finish. We'll show it again. We'll show it 3 or 4 times because that is world class. And then again, they give another poor goal away. There's the clearance. They lose possession. Watch the back 4. Distan eventually is going to go over to Enrique. Enrique drives in the hole. Distan's going to go over. Belhad should go over as well. He's the fullback. But watch how slow he is. Martins just gets in the gap. He should react to that. He's a defender. I mean, if you give goals away like that and defend like that, Tony's got a lot of work to do with them defensively, and they've been quite strong of late.
I think with that Owen goal as well, for a player who spent seemingly half his career out with injury, it was a very brave goal as well, wasn't he? He could well have got crunched by.
But he is he's a brave player. He's not afraid of going in there. And as we've said, if you get him, if he's fit, he's a goal machine.